cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, K Money, and in the building with me, my co-host, Freddie G, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. And you can find us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And if you're on YouTube, please don't forget to like and or subscribe. What's up, fellas? Welcome to another True Tuesday episode. Today, man, I thought we discussed the recent incidents that just occurred last week, and I'm speaking of the power outage that we had that affected. It was a nationwide outage. For those customers that were that belong to AT&T and some of their subsidiaries, which affected myself, and I couldn't help but think, man, I'm not gonna lie. One of my initial thoughts were, this was a cyber attack, and the city was more or less, I'm not gonna say shut down. I'm gonna say 80% of it was pretty much shut down, but it was still functioning. So had it lasted longer, I'm sure other folks would have thought, if they haven't had these same thoughts, that we were possibly under a cyber attack. And it just makes me wonder, are we really prepared if this type of threat occurred to us?
No, I don't think so, man. Just honestly, I think we are more endangered to it than anything.
When you say endangered to it,
because we have no control over what happens with the satellites that control these issues that we having, like the ATM machine down,
right?
The banks, computers down,
yeah,
internet down.
I was just having to be at the barbershop, man, and nowadays everything that you pay for is pretty much almost done electronically.
Exactly.
Very seldom, very few businesses, still accept cash.
Right.
And we went through a little of that during COVID when they was running out. They had no quarters, no change, and all that. They just cash. They wanted you to be the cash ready.
They wanted you to have exact change.
Exact change, right. Yeah, and like, yeah, that'd be one heck of an adjustment that a lot. I think younger people, maybe our age will be okay. We can adjust, but it's the younger generation that probably have.
You think folks go in panic mode quick, or do you think a lot of folks just don't even pay it no mind and they just carry on like it's nothing?
Some people, some people can't go without, this new age stuff. Some people can't go without internet for an hour. Mm-hmm. Some people can't go without their phone service for 30 minutes,
Yeah.
But think about it.
We've had a previous show where we talked about how important our phones are
right.
to us.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's a valid point.
Yeah.
We're so spoiled now to where we're really handicapped without our cell phones. Because how many numbers do you know by heart?
Not one.
Just my sisters and my brothers.
I know 911.
Really? My sisters and my brothers. That's it.
I'll tell you what number.
I'll take that back. A couple other family members.
All
family.
I remember my grandmother's number, and it's been the same over 50 years.
Yeah.
I remember that number.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, but I'm saying all that to say, like I said, we can be handicapped, and when with this, were any of you guys affected last week? I said I was, and I said it was pretty much for AT&T and their subsidiaries.
I wasn't affected. I don't use.
I think T-Mobile and Verizon customers were okay.
So I don't. You know what? I don't know, because my internet it does say AT&T direct, but I went into the office that day. But when I got home, I was fine.
So there was no issues at the job?
No, it was no issues at work. It was a normal day for me, but a lot of people at that I knew at work, not a lot, quite just a few had AT&T issues, but it was mostly cell phone service and not really the internet.
It was a few people's internet's home, because they still have internet. AT&T have home internet, and so some of those people were affected by this issue recently.
Exactly.
How about you, Freddie? Did you experience any of that?
Nah, I wasn't affected at all. But I got a question though.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think? First, no, not why do you think. Let me ask you, why did your first thoughts when it was down that you were thinking like we were some kind of cyber attack? What made your mind go there? Why do you think that?
One, well, not one, but there's a lot of things going on right now in this world. We also have an election that's going on, and I feel, our politicians, especially one of them that's running, I don't think that he would resort to any measures to make himself look good. Excuse me. So I wouldn't put that past him, honestly speaking. And like I said, we have a war going on that we were not necessarily part of, but we're assisting on the back end still. So and we have a lot of enemies out there. So anything to distract, cause a distraction to Americans. I don't know. I just feel I think we have mentioned this before. How, well, at least I know I feel America is vulnerable in some state and form or fashion. I think this issue we dealt with last week showed the vulnerability that America has.
The issue you talking about the issue in regards to the
outage with the phones.
So I think that every country has some vulnerability.
Facts.
But I think that us in the U.S., I think that we think that we're more vulnerable than we really are. I don't think we give us and our government enough credit to be aware of certain things. like there's the countries, the enemies that we have. We've always had those enemies. Those enemies always exist.
Yeah, and we've accumulated some more.
Yeah, but we still have the same allies too.
Right. Okay.
We've accumulated more.
I agree.
So it's give and take.
I agree.
But like, I think that we as Americans, we automatically go into, and I'm using the word panic loosely. We go into panic mode when an outage or something big happens. We automatically think, oh, we're under attack, something's going to happen. When we just don't look at it as, okay, well, there's something going on with this power outage. Look at it from the standpoint of, hey, somebody at AT&T may have dropped the ball, if that makes sense.
It does.
We always seem like we always go into panic mode.
I think, and I use the word panic, and I would like to change that word. Could it be also trying to be prepared? Because 9/11 totally caught us off guard.
Right.
And I don't think we ever want to be caught with our pants down again in that aspect.
I feel that. Let me say this, just to touch on the 9/11 for a hot second.
Go ahead.
What happened with 9/11? If I'm not mistaken, they had pretty much makeshift knives, and they just so happened to be from other countries. Somebody with a makeshift knife, it could have been an American to do that.
True.
It could have been just like the guy with the bomb in his shoe. That dude was, I think it was an American. So yeah, we were caught off guard, and I get it, but I just think that I think we're more prepared than we give us credit for.
We may be prepared, however, they're getting more and more creative with ways to try to attack us. You know what I'm saying? And hell, who would think affecting the phones could be dangerous? But I'm sure that they can expose that and use it
course.
to their advantage and to our weakness.
Of course, but
and that's the fear. And whether if you want to use the word panic, that's where that would come in, because hell, people, as soon as some shit started happening negative and you have that domino effect, that's when the panic is going to start.
I get it.
And motherfuckers not going to know which way they coming or going. You know, they ain't going to know what to do and how to do it.
I get it. So let me add this then. So the reason why I think we panic when you use the phone as an example, right? Well, the phones, to affect the phone, all these viruses or whatever the case may be. I can't speak.
Attacks, as they
the
call
cyber attacks. Yeah, I'm zero. I'm clueless when it comes to all of this hacking and all of that stuff, right?
Right, and
So
a lot of us are.
Yeah, because I don't understand that. It may make you think, well, damn, are we safe or we're wrong? But there are people in places that put things like spyware and all that stuff to protect these firewalls, to protect that type of stuff. They're qualified. They understand that, hey, we can be attacked this way, so let's put something in place so that we don't be attacked. So when you say that, hey, they're coming up with more and more clever ways to do it, well, just like they're coming up with more and more clever ways, I think that us as Americans, I think that we understand that they're coming up with more and more clever ways. That's why we're coming up with more ways to combat it, if that makes sense.
Well, you know, last year they had the balloons that floated out of our airspace, and I don't know, one ended up landing somewhere over here. Well,
no, it was shot down.
It was shot down. That's what it was. Okay.
And more balloons came right after that one.
Well, a couple of days ago, I want to say Saturday, there was another one. The hobbyist balloon. This is on CBS.
Another balloon?
Another balloon.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought you were going with this. I thought maybe you heard about that too.
I heard about it.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was actually left our airspace now. This one actually left the airspace, so it didn't get shot down. But there was another balloon on Saturday.
I thought that they shot it down.
Oh, no, it says the hobbyist balloon. This is from the CBS, the politics section of CBS News. Hobbyist balloons detected over Western U.S. has left American airspace, official says. So they found another one on Saturday afternoon.
And they let it go, basically.
Well, it left. So I don't think they let it go. I think it just, I think we have certain zones that, once you leave.
you got certain fly zones.
Yeah, so if you're in an okay fly zone, ain't nothing they can do.
Yeah, they can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so AT&T apparently said that the issue had been caused by an error within the company, and it wasn't a cyber attack. But when you hear shit and see shit like that in the back of your mind, you can't tell me you're not thinking.
Yeah, with those two together.
Well, I get it. I get it. You're not by yourself.
Oh, okay, that's what I want to know, man.
No, you're not by yourself. What I'm saying is, we actually don't give us enough credit as being the baddest country in the world, in my opinion. We don't give us enough credit.
Do you think we prepared though?
Well, I was kind of going to touch on that, being prepared. If this was a cyber attack, it was a couple of things that I learned. I feel now that I will have to at least keep a little cash on me.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's something I do.
Yes.
I'm the opposite, just because I don't want to have to deal with a motherfucker trying to rob me.
Exactly.
No, I ain't tripping. I always keep a little cash.
Especially now. With all these systems. If you notice, I think this happened to Bank of America not only a few months ago, where they were having issues where people were not able to access their cash, and it's happening in spurts. I'm not saying this is, I guess, opinionated. I want everybody to know, but it could be with a point where it could happen all simultaneously and not just one thing. Maybe they might decide to do multiple things at one time. Right now it's one at a time, and then we're recovering. What if they decide to do multiple things and you know what I'm saying? And multiple
I
times.
get it.
That'll be hell of a recovery. So are we ready? Are we cash ready? We got water? Do we got supplies?
See, I think I'm of the mindset that we're more prepared than we give us credit for. Let me use an example. Now, this may be comparing apples to oranges, right? But remember the carrier groups, we all were in carrier. Well, we were in carrier groups, right? Now, I was on an aircraft carrier, but I knew that we sat in the middle with all of the aircraft.
Exactly.
Now, there was what you call a nest that surrounds
us.
all of frigates and destroyers and tender. All of those are ships or types of ships. Excuse me. That surround the aircraft carrier. Now, underneath the aircraft carrier, you have a submarine that travels with the battle group as well. Now, sitting on the aircraft carrier, and for people who were on the tenders, the frigates and destroyers and all of those, we couldn't see each other with the naked eye. We couldn't see each other with the naked eye. Now, just take the average American that's not in the military that sees an aircraft carrier on TV.
Right.
And they may think, man, they just one ship out there sitting out there, not knowing that there's protection around that ship and underneath that ship, and not knowing all of the aircraft that are actually on that ship to go out with bombs and to go do what we're gonna do. But that one ship is protected. So that's what I mean by, I don't think we give us enough credit. Just because we as average American citizens can't see the protection, I think that we're smart enough to have the protection in place, or working toward making sure we have the protection in place.
But at that point, though, I don't think it's a cyber attack.
Right.
From that standpoint of being protected or not smart enough, because a cyber attack, we don't know where that's going.
Yeah, no, I was using it, and I said it may be comparing apples to oranges. I gave the example of the nest, but that's what I'm saying. The cyber attack, you know that they have firewalls. You know that they have malware. I mean, spyware and all that stuff to protect your computers, right?
Right.
Somebody had to think of that, to put that in place, because they knew that people could come in and hack.
Right.
They had to put that in place. So that's my point, is if we know that there are hackers out there, I think that we're smart enough to try to work on putting something in place to make sure we're okay. Now, we're going to catch everything and cover everything.
No, you're right.
Look at the camera. Look, I got surveillance cameras around my house, right? That doesn't mean I'm totally protected.
Right. I feel that.
You understand what I'm saying? Then you come inside there, I got that goddamn it waiting on you. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, goddamn it. But, yeah.
But that's still, in this situation here, if folks are not able to spend money, they feel like they're not able to survive. You know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna be able to get your necessities or the things that you feel that you may need to survive.
Yeah.
So again,
that's
how I feel those cyber attacks can be effective.
So here's the thing. I feel that. Yeah, of course, I would say keep some cash on hand. But for the people who don't keep cash on hand, then that's kind of equivalent to, if you know a hurricane is coming,
not being prepared.
Get your butt to the store and get you some water and stack up on what you know it's coming. You see it, the news telling you it's coming.
Well, I feel like that should be part of your everyday living, because you don't know when anything could happen.
So that's why, for those out there that don't keep some petty cash at the house or something like that, it's petty cash, man. Maybe $1,000, couple $1,000. Okay, it happens. If somebody come and steal it or whatever, okay. But at the end of the day, you're prepared if need be.
That's true. What if it? You know what I just thought about though? You know, during the storm, we was down people was down 3 weeks. They were down weeks at a time. Now, this is not a storm, but just say all systems are down, everything, communications, we're down 4 weeks at a time. Cash. And you think people are prepared 3-4 weeks? Like every family prepared 3-4 weeks
here's the
to
thing.
be cash only.
Okay, so let me say this.
Because
the short answer to that is no. I don't think so.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Man, everybody ain't got it like that.
Yeah.
People broke.
Yeah.
So whether nothing's down or not, you can have a perfectly good day with everything going good.
Yeah.
People ain't got no certain kind of money because you just don't have it.
No, it's not that. It's the I'm thinking the price gouge. Man, I paid $10 for a loaf of sunbeam bread doing that, because we was like maybe 8 days in now.
Was that a convenience store?
No, it was out the van. It wasn't nothing open there. It wasn't nothing open.
So let me show you something. Yeah. First of all, I think that's wrong. But at the end of the day,
I needed it.
You gonna do what you got to do to survive.
Exactly.
And you gonna pay that $10. You would have paid $20 if that's all the bread that's left. And I got $20. And I got to eat. Family got to eat. You charge me $100. And this all the bread if I got $100 in my pocket, this all the bread that's left. Ain't nothing there. We hungry, gotta eat. You gonna do what you gotta do
to get it. Yep.
It's wrong, but you gonna do what you gotta do.
That's the part I'm worried.
To survive,
the price gouging.
You gonna do what you gotta do to survive.
Chaos, bro.
Yeah, because it was just held to just Houston, but worldwide it's different. Because Houston, you can still drive out of here, you good, go down to Dallas, but now you can't drive anywhere. Everybody out of there.
Chaos.
The satellite.
Again.
The price gouging will be terrible.
Satellite, bro. That's what I'm saying. What if they manipulate?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where everybody, you can't drive nowhere to go get protection. Everybody, the whole, that would be one hell of a
chaos. It would cause chaos.
We would be in trouble. That's a cyber attack.
Yeah, it'd be past purge. We'd be past purge.
And the reason why I say that is and just to give you a clear picture of what I'm saying when I say cyber attack, because it could be a different country targeting one of our main satellites that communicate with all our banking systems and stuff like that. We don't know when that's ever gonna happen.
Exactly. And again, I feel you're right, but that's what I'm saying. We don't give us enough credit. Why do you think that they just send this thing to the moon? Or they just send it to the moon, just landed. And the first time they just landed. Just like I think that we're always searching out in space, looking at all this stuff. I think because we know that there's countries like Russia, we know that they're doing stuff. There's things we're finding out about Russia, what they've been doing, that the news is reporting back to us, that they're firing these rockets, they're doing this, or North Korea doing this and doing that.
Right.
The only reason we know that is because the U.S. is watching them.
No, I do agree, when it comes to space and things of that nature, we are definitely one of the ones that's at the top of the game. So
there's a military branch.
Yeah, as far as our A game and awareness, like you say, I know we're not gonna catch every goddamn thing, but it's just when it does happen, it's gonna be something severe. You have to know it's gonna be something hectic, coming at us. Like it's not gonna be anything minute. So again, I still feel we need to be better prepared. Better safe than sorry. Because just again, not wanting to get caught with our pants down. And I'm not even trying to put any negative thoughts in anybody's mind out there. I'm just more or less trying to make you be more aware and cautious of things that's going on in this world. And like I say, I'm not trying to put any thoughts in anyone's head, especially nothing on a conspiracy level. Because I know that's easy to do with all the crazy shit that's going on in this world. But before we get up out of here, man, y'all never guess who I saw the other day.
You saw the other day.
I would never guess who I saw the other day, man.
I know I wouldn't. I can't even think right now.
Was it a celebrity?
It was everybody I looked at. So I want to thank y'all for joining us, man. Y'all come back next week. This concludes another True Tuesday episode, and be sure you tune in tomorrow for Women Wednesday with Freddie G. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 52 Sky Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Sky Podcast. And for all you YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. And to all my 52 Sky faithfuls, it may be new to you, but if you heard it here, then you know it's true.